Cheers erupt from the crowd as they embrace their newfound freedom. Adrian and Elena stand together, their hearts full, knowing that their love has changed the course of history. The moon shines brightly above, a symbol of their journey. Under a canvas of shimmering stars, destiny weaves its intricate tapestry, binding two souls apart. A young woman gazes longingly at the moon, her heart yearning for a love forbidden by fate. Can true passion ignite against the backdrop of destiny's cruel design? In a medieval village, Elena, the daughter of a simple baker, dreams of a life beyond the mundane. Her heart flutters at the thought of the mysterious nobleman she glimpsed at the festival. Little does she know, their worlds are worlds apart, dictated by unyielding social boundaries. Across the town, Lord Adrian, heir to a noble estate, feels trapped within the confines of duty and expectation. The festival had been a fleeting moment of joy, yet the sight of Elena ignited something within him, a longing for a love forbidden by their social standings. Determined to see her again, Adrian rides through the quiet streets by night, drawn by an invisible thread. Elena, unaware of the noble's intentions, feels an inexplicable connection to the night, as if the stars themselves beckon her toward destiny. As the moon rises higher, Adrian finds himself at the edge of the village where the light meets the dark. He catches a glimpse of Elena beneath the ancient willow tree, her spirit illuminated by the glow of the stars. Their eyes meet, and the world fades away. Their hearts racing, they exchange whispers under the ancient boughs, each word carrying the weight of their unspoken desires. Time stands still as they share fleeting dreams of a future unbound by duty and filled with love. But reality soon creeps in. Like shadows stretching across the twilight, they part ways, hearts heavy with the knowledge that their love is forbidden. Elena returns home, haunted by the thrill of their encounter and the burden of her reality. Days turn into weeks as the festival becomes a cherished memory. Elena and Adrian live their lives in quiet desperation, glancing at the moon, each yearning for the other. Their thoughts are intertwined, bound by an invisible thread of fate. One fateful night, a mysterious traveler arrives in town, bringing word of a dangerous conflict brewing in the noble world. The news reaches Elena, igniting a spark of hope that perhaps this could be their chance for freedom and love. Adrian learns of the conflict as well, and with his heart racing, he schemes to escape the rigid confines of his life. He knows that to pursue Elena, he must take risks that could change everything. Elena, inspired by the traveler's tales, decides to take matters into her own hands. She gathers her belongings, ready to break free from the chains of her destiny and to seek the love that she knows is meant for her. Under the cloak of night, both Elena and Adrian make their separate journeys to meet at the old willow tree, the place where their hearts first intertwined. The moon watches over them, a silent witness to their daring decisions. When they finally meet, the energy between them is electric. They share their dreams of a life beyond the constraints of their world. With every word, they reaffirm their love and the choices they are willing to make to be together. But as their plans begin to take shape, they are suddenly interrupted by the sound of approaching horse hooves. A group of guards, loyal to Adrian's family, has come to take him back, threatening to tear them apart once more. With only moments to react, Elena and Adrian must make a choice. They can fight against their fate or flee into the unknown, risking everything for a love that could bring them peace. Together, they weigh their options under the watchful moon. In a surge of bravery, they decide to flee. Hand in hand, they race through the village, hearts pounding as they leave behind everything they've ever known. The stars above seem to cheer them on as they venture into the night. As they escape into the wilderness, the moon bathes them in ethereal light, offering solace and guidance. They know that the road ahead will not be easy, but their love gives them the strength to face whatever lies ahead. Days pass as they journey through enchanted woods and across shimmering rivers, the bond between them deepening with each passing moment. They share laughter and dreams, weaving a beautiful tapestry of their new life together. However, The shadow of their past looms large, and the guards have not given up the chase. Whispers of their escape reach the ears of the noble family, igniting a search that spans the land, determined to bring Adrian home. One moonlit night, as they rest beneath the stars, Elena senses the danger closing in. In a moment of vulnerability, she expresses her fears to Adrian, questioning if their love can withstand the trials ahead. Adrian reassures her, promising to protect her at all costs. He recognizes that their love is worth fighting for, and together they vow to face whatever challenges arise, stronger together than apart. But the next day, a sense of foreboding fills the air. As they travel deeper into the wilderness, they stumble upon a hidden village, a sanctuary where love flourishes free of social boundaries. Hope flickers within them. In this sanctuary, Elena and Adrian find solace and the inspiration to fight for their love. They learn stories from the villagers, tales of daring escapes and forbidden romances that fuel their determination to succeed. Elena, emboldened by the stories, suggests they gather allies from the village to confront the noble family. With the plan taking shape, they envision a future where love transcends all boundaries, igniting their passion. With the plan in motion, the villagers rally behind them. They vow to stand together against the noble family's power, united by the belief that love should never be stifled by societal constraints. As they prepare for the confrontation, Elena and Adrian share a tender moment, reflecting on how far they've come. They reaffirm their love and commitment, knowing that whatever happens next, they will face it together. The day of the confrontation arrives, and the air is thick with anticipation. Elena and Adrian lead the villagers to the noble estate, their hearts pounding with determination to change their fates forever. Upon arrival, they are met with resistance from guards. Adrian steps forward, ready to speak for his love and the villagers, seeking to make a stand against the oppressive traditions that threaten their happiness. With each word, Adrian passionately articulates their plight. The guards visibly conflicted as the power of love fills the air. The crowd behind him swells with emotion, urging him to continue fighting for their future. Just as victory seems within reach, the noble family arrives, their presence casting a shadow over the scene. The elder nobleman looks down at the gathered crowd, his face a mask of fury and disbelief. In a moment of bravery, Elena steps forward, her voice unwavering. She speaks of their love, the possibility of a life together, and the right to choose their own destinies. Her words resonate through the crowd, igniting hope. The nobleman scoffs at her words, dismissing them as the folly of youth. But the villagers are emboldened by her courage, and they begin to chant, their voices rising in unison, demanding change. With the crowd rallying behind them, Adrian and Elena take each other's hands, feeling the warmth of their love amidst the swirling chaos. They know that together they can challenge the status quo, making history in the name of love. In a climactic moment, the nobleman steps forward, his authority challenged. He demands silence, but the villagers refuse to back down, emboldened by Adrian and Elena's love. The tension hangs thick in the air. Finally, Adrian speaks up, reminding the nobleman of the humanity they all share. He implores him to see the love that transcends social classes and to allow them to choose their own paths. His words pierce through the tension. The nobleman, caught off guard by the unity of the villagers and the strength of their love, begins to waver. The crowd's voices rise in a powerful chorus, drowning out his authority and challenging his beliefs. In a final act of defiance, Elena steps closer to the nobleman, her voice steady. She speaks of love's transformative power, urging him to embrace change for future generations, and for the sake of love. As the nobleman processes her words, a profound silence falls. For the first time, he sees the faces of the villagers, hopeful, determined, and united. The power of love creates a shift in the atmosphere. With a heavy sigh, the nobleman finally concedes, his heart softened by the overwhelming display of love and unity. He agrees to change the laws that bind their destinies, allowing love to thrive. What began as a forbidden love story has turned into a catalyst for change. Adrian and Elena's bond defied the boundaries of destiny, reminding us all that love knows no limits. Under the starlit sky, they found their place in history, united forever. As the stars twinkle above, their love story continues to inspire those who dare to dream. In a world where destiny once dictated the heart's desires, they forged their own path, forever etched in the annals of time. And so, the tale of Adrian and Elena reminds us all that true love can conquer any obstacle, that passion can ignite a revolution, and that destiny can be rewritten by those brave enough to pursue it. Thank you for joining us on this journey of love and destiny. If you enjoyed this tale, please share, like, and subscribe for more captivating stories that explore the depths of passion and the power of love. Until next time, may you always find your own starlit dreams and the courage to follow them, igniting the passions of your heart along the way. Under the glow of the full moon, Ilara and Kale meet in a secret garden, their hearts racing with the thrill of their love. Each stolen moment feels like a defiance against the world that seeks to keep them apart. They share dreams of a future where their love is free, yet the weight of their reality looms overhead, casting shadows over their passion. As they whisper sweet nothings, the laughter of their friends echoes in the distance, a reminder of the life they must return to. Kale's heart aches, torn between the joy of love and the responsibilities waiting for him. Ilara touches his face gently, her eyes pleading for a moment longer, as if time itself could bend to their desires. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes breaks the spell, and they pull apart, hearts racing. It's a guard patrolling the perimeter, and fear grips them both. Kale tenses, ready to protect Ilara at all costs, but she holds his hand, grounding him. They share a silent vow. Love would always find a way, even in the face of danger. With the danger passing, Kale and Ilara slip back into the shadows, their hearts still pounding with adrenaline. They take a moment to breathe, the thrill of the near miss igniting their passion even further. Ilara leans closer, whispering secrets of her heart and dreams she wishes to chase, each word an invitation to a future they can only imagine. As dawn begins to break, the first light of day threatens to end their magical night. Kale pulls Ilara close, savoring the warmth of her body against his. He knows that the sun will soon rise, bringing with it the harsh realities of their world. But in this moment, they are limitless, dreamers in the night. The next day, as Kale prepares for his daily responsibilities, the weight of his secret love festers in his heart. He glances out the window, hoping to catch a glimpse of Ilara, the sunlight illuminating her beauty from a distance. But as he turns back to his duties, a sense of dread washes over him. What if they are discovered? Meanwhile, Elara breathes in the fragrant air of the garden, her heart still racing from their secret meeting. Yet, her mind is clouded with worry. She knows that their families would never approve of their union, and the thought sends a chill down her spine. Can love truly conquer the boundaries laid out by fate? As she wanders through the garden, Ilara stumbles upon an ancient stone tablet, its inscriptions nearly hidden by vines. Curious, she brushes away the foliage to reveal a prophecy about two souls destined to unite, despite the challenges ahead. Hope flickers in her heart, stirring the embers of their love. With renewed determination, Ilara rushes to meet Kale, the prophecy echoing in her mind. She believes that if their love is truly destined, they must fight for it. As she approaches their meeting spot, her heart races with anticipation, wondering if Kale feels the same urgency to defy fate. At their designated meeting place, Kale waits, his heart heavy with thoughts of Ilara. He fiddles with a small token, a locket he had crafted for her. Each twist of the metal is a reminder of his love, but also of the risk they are both taking. Will this token still bring them together, or will it become a symbol of their heartache? When Ilara arrives, her eyes light up at the sight of Kale, the world around them fading into the background. She shares her discovery about the prophecy, her voice a mixture of excitement and fear. Kale listens intently, hope igniting within him as he realizes their love might be a part of a greater plan. However, as they dream of a future together, reality begins to intrude. The sound of footsteps gains volume as their friends approach, unaware of the lover's secret. Panic surges through them. They know they must hide their love once again, but their hearts scream for freedom. Elara and Kale quickly duck behind a nearby tree, their hearts pounding as they hold their breaths. The world outside their hiding spot continues, oblivious to the turmoil within. In that moment of silence, their eyes lock, and they share a knowing look that speaks of love and longing, despite the danger lurking. Once the coast is clear, Kale pulls Elara into a warm embrace, the fear of discovery only fueling their desire. He whispers promises of a future where they can love freely, igniting the spark within her. Elara's heart flutters as she dreams of what might be, but reality remains a painful reminder of their restrictions. Kale's words resonate in Elara's heart, igniting a fierce determination to fight for their love. She suggests they seek guidance from the ancient oracle who dwells in the mountains, believing she could reveal more about their fate. Kale hesitates, but the thought of losing Elara fuels his bravery. Their path to the mountains is fraught with danger, but the thought of the oracle's wisdom drives them forward. They traverse through dense forests and rocky terrain, each step filled with a mix of trepidation and excitement. The air buzzes with possibility, and their hearts beat in unison as they journey together. As they reach the base of the mountain, a sense of awe washes over them. The towering peaks seem to touch the sky, a reminder of the challenges ahead. Kale takes Elara's hand, grounding her, reassuring her that together they can face whatever comes their way. Their bond strengthens with every step. After hours of climbing, fatigue begins to set in, but their spirits remain unyielding. They share stories of their childhood, laughter echoing in the cool mountain air, and for a moment, the weight of their journey feels light. These shared moments bring them closer, weaving their lives into a shared tapestry of love. As dusk approaches, they finally arrive at the Oracle's cave, a mysterious aura surrounding it. The entrance glows softly, as if beckoning them inside. Kale hesitates, feeling the weight of their quest, but Alara's hand in his gives him the courage to step forward into the unknown. Inside the cave, the air is thick with mystery and the scent of ancient herbs. The oracle appears, her presence both commanding and calming. She gazes into their souls, reading their intertwined fates. Kael feels vulnerable yet hopeful as Alara stands beside him, their hands still clasped tightly together. The oracle begins to speak, her voice echoing like a haunting melody, unveiling truths about love and sacrifice. She warns them of the trials they must face, yet she also speaks of the power of their bond. Each word resonates deeply, igniting a fire of determination within both Ilara and Kale. With each revelation, Kale and Ilara share glances filled with understanding and resolve. The oracle tells them their love is not just a fleeting moment, it is a force that can alter destinies. They exchange a silent promise to face every challenge together, no matter the cost. As the oracle's words linger in the air, a sudden rumble shakes the cave, and the ground trembles beneath them. Fear grips Elara, but Kale wraps his arms around her, shielding her from the unknown. The oracle's voice rises above the chaos, urging them to trust in their love as the path ahead may be perilous. In the midst of the chaos, Alara feels a surge of courage as she realizes their love is their greatest strength. With Kale by her side, she musters the bravery to confront any challenge. They step forward together into the unknown, hands intertwined, ready to face whatever destiny has in store for them. Emerging from the cave, the night sky is illuminated with stars, a reminder of the dreams they hold dear. Ilara glances at Kale, her heart swelling with love and hope. They are no longer just two individuals. They are a united force, bound by love and destiny, ready to write their own story. However, their journey is far from over. As they make their way down the mountain, The shadows of their past loom larger, threatening to pull them back into the life they desperately want to escape. Kale clutches Ilara's hand tighter, vowing to never let go no matter what challenges await. In the days that follow, Kale and Ilara find themselves navigating a world that feels increasingly hostile to their love. Rumors swirl around them, and whispers fill the air about their secret meetings. Each glance from their friends feels like an accusation, yet they refuse to let fear dictate their actions. One evening, as they meet under the stars once more, Ilara confesses her fears about their future. Will they ever be able to live openly as a couple? Kale listens intently, his heart aching for her uncertainty. He promises to fight for their love, no matter the cost, and they share a passionate kiss, sealing their commitment. Days turn into weeks, and the tension builds within their families. Kale's father discovers their secret, and a confrontation erupts, filled with anger and betrayal. Kale stands strong, refusing to let his father's wrath sway his love for Ilara. He knows that their love is worth fighting for, despite the consequences. Ilara, feeling the weight of the situation, seeks refuge in the garden where they first professed their love. As she wanders through the blooms, memories flood her mind. Every kiss, every whispered promise. She realizes that despite the fear, their love has transformed her in ways she never imagined. In that moment of reflection, Alara resolves to confront her own family. She knows that if their love is to survive, she must be brave and advocate for it. With determination in her heart, she heads home, ready to challenge the boundaries that have been set for her. Back at Kale's home, the atmosphere is tense as he faces his father. The older man's voice shakes with frustration, declaring that Kale's love is an abomination, that it jeopardizes their family's honor. Kale's heart pounds, but he stands firm, determined to defend the love that has become his lifeblood. As Alara approaches her home, she finds her parents deep in conversation, worry etched across their faces. She takes a deep breath, pushing past her fear. Her heart races as she interrupts them, demanding to speak about her feelings for Kale, ready to express their love unapologetically. The conversation unfolds with tension as both families confront the reality of Alara and Kale's relationship. Tears flow, voices raise, but amidst the chaos, love shines through. Alara speaks passionately about the depth of their feelings, her words a shield against the storm of opposition. Just when it seems that understanding may be reached, an elder from Kale's family steps forward, condemning their love from a place of tradition. He warns them of the consequences should they pursue their feelings. This moment hangs heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the boundaries they are fighting against. Alara's heart sinks at the elder's words, but Kale's hand tightens around hers, a silent promise that they would not back down. They exchange glances filled with resolve, reinforcing their commitment to each other. Alara knows that love can conquer the fiercest of foes if they stand united. As the confrontation continues, Kale speaks up, his voice steady yet filled with emotion. He challenges the traditional views that bind them, urging both families to see the love that has blossomed between him and Alara. His words echo through the room, calling for understanding and compassion. Alara watches as her heart swells with pride for Kale. His bravery inspires her to speak too. She stands up, her voice strong, recounting the moments that have defined their love, how it has transformed them both. She believes love can bridge the gap, but can they convince their families? As the arguments reach a peak, a silence falls over the room, broken only by Kael's and Alara's intertwined hands. In that moment, both families begin to see the love that binds them, a flicker of understanding sparking in their eyes. Could this be the turning point they desperately need? Yet, just as hope begins to flourish, an unexpected guest arrives. A family member who has been away for years, bringing back tales of love that defied the odds. Their story resonates within the room, echoing the very love that Kale and Elara share. The atmosphere shifts as a new perspective begins to unfold. This new voice echoes the struggles of love against tradition, recounting their own journey of fighting for acceptance. Kale and Alara listen intently, their hearts swelling with hope, knowing that they are not alone in this battle. It provides them the courage to continue their fight. As the tale unfolds, the families begin to shift in their views, emotions softening. Kale and Alara exchange fleeting glances, a silent prayer that their love will be seen as valid. The tension that once filled the room begins to dissipate, replaced by a glimmer of hope. With the atmosphere changing, Kale seizes the moment to urge his father to reconsider the values of love and acceptance. He speaks from the heart, sharing his own vulnerability and the joy Alara has brought into his life. His words resonate, creating a ripple of change in the hearts of their families. Alara follows suit, sharing her own story of love and longing, how Kale has transformed her outlook on life. Her voice trembles with emotion, each word laced with sincerity. She hopes that, in sharing their truth, their families will see the beauty of their bond and perhaps find a way to embrace it. As their heartfelt confessions resonate through the room, a palpable shift occurs. The families begin to see one another, fear giving way to understanding. Kale and Alara hold their breath, hopeful that this moment may lead to acceptance. Can love, in its purest form, rewrite their destinies? As the tension in the room thickened, Kale and Alara exchanged anxious glances, each heart racing with hope. Their families, once divided by age-old rivalries, began to soften under the weight of their love. It was a moment ripe with potential, as understanding slowly seeped into the cracks of long-held prejudices. Alara took a step forward, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "We are not the enemies you perceive us to be. We desire peace, love, and unity." Her words hung in the air, like a fragile thread connecting two worlds. Kale's heart swelled with pride as he stood beside her, a tangible bond of courage forming between them. A murmur swept through the families, a mix of surprise and contemplation. Elara's mother, usually so steadfast in her beliefs, looked at her daughter with newfound understanding. "Perhaps we have been blinded by our anger," she confessed, her voice trembling. In that moment, a fragile bridge began to form between the two families. With every shared glance and tentative smile, the families started to lower their defenses. Kale's father, his brow furrowed in thought, finally spoke up. "Maybe we've allowed our histories to dictate our futures. Love should not be weighed down by the past." His words resonated deeply, igniting a spark of hope among them all. Elara and Kale shared a glance, a mix of relief and disbelief washing over them. They marveled at the unexpected turn of events, where fear began to give way to understanding. It was a pivotal moment, one that could change the course of their lives forever. Their love had begun to illuminate the darkest corners of their families' hearts. As the discussion flowed, stories of old grievances were shared, each family member revealing their pain and fears. The emotional weight began to lift, replaced by empathy and compassion. Kale felt a shift within him, realizing that their love was not just a rebellion, it was a catalyst for healing. Then, in a bold act of unity, Alara's father stepped forward, his robust frame casting a shadow across the room. "Let us not allow our pasts to dictate our futures. If love is true and pure, we should embrace it, not shun it." His words pierced through the atmosphere, solidifying the newly found hope in the air. A collective silence enveloped the room as the weight of his words settled in. Kale felt the gravity of the moment, his heart beating wildly in tandem with Alara's. This was more than a discussion. It was the beginning of a new chapter, where love could flourish against the odds. In the midst of this emotional upheaval, Kale's younger sister, a bright spark of hope, chimed in. "If we can learn to understand each other, why not celebrate our differences instead of fearing them?" Her innocent perspective brought a smile to the faces of those around her, a reminder of the possibility that lay ahead. The conversation transformed into laughter and storytelling, the earlier tension dissipating like mist in the morning sun. It was a beautiful sight, families intertwining, sharing tales of love and loss. In that moment, Kale and Alara felt the weight of their love lifting, buoyed by the acceptance slowly blossoming around them. As the evening wore on, Kale and Alara stole moments together, stealing glances and whispering sweet nothings. Each secret shared felt like a promise, binding their hearts tighter. They knew that even amidst the conflict, their love had become a beacon of hope, lighting the way for others to follow. Yet not everyone was convinced. Kale's elder cousin, still wary of the shift, crossed his arms defiantly. You may feel this way now, but can love truly conquer the years of hatred? His skepticism lingered in the air, a reminder that acceptance would take time and not all wounds heal quickly. Alara sensed the weight of his words, but remained undeterred. Love is not just a feeling, it is a choice that we make every day. We can choose to heal, to forgive, she asserted, her voice unwavering. Her determination illuminated the room, igniting a fire in those willing to listen. Kale watched Elara, his admiration growing by the second. She was embodying everything he had fallen in love with: strength, compassion, and hope. He quietly vowed to stand by her, no matter the obstacles they faced. Together, they would rewrite their destinies, no matter how impossible it seemed. As the night deepened, the moonlight streamed through the windows, casting silver shadows over the gathering. It felt as if the universe itself was blessing this union of hearts and families. Kale and Alara, wrapped in the softness of the night, felt a profound connection not just to each other, but to all gathered. In this enchanted moment, Kale's mother quietly approached, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I never understood your love, but seeing you both together, I see a future filled with possibility. If you truly believe in each other, then I will support you. Her words were a balm to the wounded hearts surrounding them. A wave of emotion swept through the room as Kale's mother's declaration brought solace to all. It was a powerful moment of validation, where sometimes the smallest gestures held the most weight. Kale took a deep breath, feeling more grounded than ever in his love for Alara. Alara's heart soared at this newfound acceptance, but she remained mindful of the journey ahead. She turned to those gathered, her voice steady, yet full of warmth. This is just the beginning. Together, we can create a future where love transcends all boundaries. Her words sparked a collective resolve among the families. As the night progressed, stories of old rivalries mixed with hopes for the future. Each family member began to share their dreams, weaving a tapestry of unity. Kale and Alara knew that every shared dream was a step closer to breaking down the walls built over generations. Yet, as laughter filled the air, Kale could see shadows of doubt still lingering in the corners. His cousin's skepticism remained, a specter that haunted the gathering. It served as a reminder that acceptance was a journey, and they were only at the beginning of theirs. Kale leaned closer to Alara, whispering, "We will face this together, won't we?" Her soft smile and firm nod reassured him. It was a pact formed in the moonlight, a promise that no obstacle would stand between them as they navigated the complexities of love and family. The night wore on, with families forging connections anew, breaking bread over shared meals and stories. Old resentments melted away in the warmth of laughter. It was a night of healing, and Kale and Alara felt the strength of their love lifting the burdens of the past. As they shared a quiet moment, Kale turned to Alara, his expression serious. What happens when the sun rises? Will we be ready for the challenges that await us? His voice held a mixture of trepidation and hope, knowing that the world outside was not as forgiving as the night before them. Alara took his hand in hers, squeezing it tightly. We will face it all together. Love has already brought us this far. We cannot falter now. Her eyes were filled with a fierce determination that ignited a fire within Kale. reaffirming his belief in their shared destiny. Meanwhile, as the families continued to bond, Kale's cousin remained aloof, a look of conflict etched on his face. He watched as laughter echoed around him and his heart wrestled with the acceptance he had yet to extend. Would he let go of the past, or would it forever haunt his future? As the evening drew to a close, Kale and Alara stood hand in hand, watching the families exchange heartfelt goodbyes. A sense of hope enveloped them, though they knew the road ahead would not be easy. Still, they were fueled by a belief that love could overcome the shadows of their past. As the last family member departed, Alara felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. She turned to Kale, her eyes shining. Tonight was just the first step. There's still so much to do. Kale nodded, feeling the momentum of their love pushing them forward into the unknown. The next day dawned bright, but brought with it a sense of urgency. Kale and Alara knew they had to confront the lingering doubts that still clouded their families, especially Kale's cousin. Their love would need to shine even brighter now, illuminating the path for those still lost in darkness. Kale took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibilities settle on his shoulders. We need to find a way to show him that our love is not just a fantasy, he said, determination etched on his face. Alara reached for his hand, grounding him with her unwavering support. With a plan forming in their minds, Kale and Alara ventured to Kale's cousin's home, tension hanging thick in the air. The journey was filled with anticipation, and they both knew the importance of this moment. Would it be the breakthrough they hoped for, or would it deepen the divide between them? Upon arriving, they found Kale's cousin alone, staring out the window, lost in thought. He turned as they entered, his expression guarded. "What do you want?" he asked, suspicion lacing his voice. Kale felt a pang of fear, but Alara squeezed his hand, reminding him of their strength together. "We want to talk," Kale said, his voice steady despite the tumult within. Alara stepped forward. "We believe that love can heal and unite us, but we need your help to bridge the gap. You are important to us." Her sincerity cut through the tension, leaving a crack for understanding to seep through. Kale's cousin looked between them, his expression softening slightly. "You really believe this can work?" His voice wavered, reflecting the inner conflict he struggled with. Kale nodded earnestly, hoping this would be the turning point they all needed. Alara stepped up closer, her voice gentle yet firm. "We are asking you to meet us halfway. This love is real, and it has the power to change everything. Will you help us make this journey together?" Her plea was a lifeline, reaching out to the heart of Kale's cousin. A moment of silence hung in the air as Kale's cousin processed her words. The tension in the room thickened, but for the first time, a glimmer of hope flickered in his eyes. "I've been angry for so long," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. Kale felt the shift in the atmosphere, a crack forming in the armor of resentment his cousin had worn for years. "We understand that this is difficult," he replied softly, "but we believe that love is worth fighting for, and it can help us all heal." His sincere words filled the room with warmth. Ilara added, "Imagine a future where we are not divided by our pasts, but united by our love." Her vision painted a picture of hope, bursting forth like dawn breaking over the horizon. Kale's cousin hesitated, his heart battling against his long-held beliefs. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Kale's cousin spoke again, his voice tinged with uncertainty. "If I agree, it won't be easy. There will still be challenges ahead." Kale and Alara exchanged glances, their hearts racing with anticipation for the path that lay before them. "Nothing worth having comes without challenges," Ilara responded, her eyes shining with conviction. "But together, we can overcome anything. Love is a journey, and we want you to be a part of ours." Her words hung in the air, a powerful invitation to unite their families. Kale's cousin took a deep breath, weighing their words carefully. The room fell silent as he searched for the right response. In that moment, Kale could feel the pulse of possibility, a shift that could redefine everything they had fought for. Finally, Kale's cousin nodded slowly, a tentative agreement forming. I will support you, but it will take time. Let's take this step together, one day at a time. Relief washed over Kale and Alara, their love unfolding in the most unexpected of places. A wave of emotion swept over Kale and Alara. They stepped forward, embracing Kale's cousin as tears of joy filled their eyes. It was a moment of profound connection, where love had triumphed over the shadows that once loomed large in their lives. In that embrace, they felt the weight of their family's histories begin to lift, replaced by a shared commitment to love and understanding. This was not just a victory for Kale and Alara, but for everyone, a dawn of new beginnings they could finally embrace. As they pulled away, Kale realized how fragile yet powerful love could be. They had faced down their fears and emerged stronger, united in their convictions. With the moonlight behind them, they looked toward the future, where love would continue to illuminate their paths. With a renewed sense of purpose, they set forth to unite their families, ready to share the message of love and healing. One step at a time, they would challenge the boundaries that destiny had set before them. It was a journey they would embark on together, fueled by the strength of their bonds.